Angie's List is now Angie, your home for everything home. With Angie, you could cross your next project off your to-do list before this ad is over. Just tell us what you need, and we'll handle the rest, sending a top pro to get it done. Or browse reviews, compare quotes from pros, and connect instantly, all for free. For everything from routine maintenance to a dream remodel. Because however you want your project done, we'll get it done. Download the app or go to Angie.com. That's ANGI.com to get started.
My son's making college plans. Let's just say his college wish list is long. We recently toured IUPUI in Indianapolis and were impressed. It has everything he's looking for. He can live on campus and close to downtown opportunities. He can choose from 550 academic programs from Indiana's top universities, IU and Purdue. And we learned Ohio residents qualify for extra tuition savings. Learn more at iupui.edu/opportunity.
The following show contains adult content. It's not our intent to offend anyone, but we want to inform you that if you are a child under the age of 18 or get offended easily, this next show may not be for you. The content, opinions, and subject matter of these shows are solely the choice of your show hosts and their guests, and not those of the Entertainment Network or any affiliated stations. Any comments or inquiries should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for listening.
Sitting down and designing, where every man in a thinking, what are we gonna be wearing? Yo, I'm a Liverpool MC, you can't test me. Big up the girls inside the party, let's get down to crazy Jimmy. Big up myself and known as Alfie, the one and only, the Turkish MC.
Always love the clothes of Jimmy.
Bitch, I'm your wanna be, Jimmy Star's new celebrity.
We'll take you out to Jimmy Star.
Hello. Welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, bringing you the good times in music, fashion, pop culture, and entertainment. We got a great show for you guys today. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we're a little bit tired, but we've got Phoebe Price coming on. She's an actress and a designer, and basically she's famous just for being who she is. And then we have casting director Kim Swanson coming on, who we worked with on The Beast Inside. But before we start talking about anything, let's say hi to my cool, outrageous man about town co-host, Mr. Ron Russell.
Listen, Jimmy, don't fuke with me today. I'm in no mood for your nastiness. You're directing me or whatever it is you do, Mary Fairy. You get it?
Yeah.
You sissy little girl.
You guys, we were out till 3 a.m, 2 nights in a row, driving back and forth to LA. So we're exhausted, and man, did we have a good time.
And do I have a voice? And I don't drink and I don't smoke. And of course, no one in Sue Wong's house is permitted to smoke. So this is just called tired voice, but it's kind of sexy. Let me see if I can watch this, kids. Come over here, baby. Give me a kiss. I need your lips. I need to touch your lips with my lips. I need to caress you. I need to embrace you. I need to love you. I need to make love to you all night long.
They're saying you have a voice today.
Isn't that sexy? I should make dirty phone calls now. Now, Jimmy, to make it off the air, I could call up people and say, what are you wearing, baby? I'm looking through your window. I see you now naked. Whoa, baby cakes. What I could do with that equipment. I could be a real perv now. I have a perverted voice. What happened? Why is it when you lack sleep, your voice goes?
I don't know.
We have to find out. Anybody out there know that answer to that question? Why is it when we lack sleep, our voice? And I wasn't speaking last night because we had entertainment at Sue's. It was wonderful. The egg rolls are delicious. Sue made about 3,000 egg rolls. She must have been cooking for a month. And her mansion, which has got a 40 by 35 living room, she must have vacuumed and dusted. So when I walked in, I said, "Oh, Sue, you dusted today?" And she gave me a dirty look. I don't think Sue Wong has dusted or vacuumed in years. Her home is breathtakingly beautiful. It's so big that we can dance in it like a disco.
It really is like a nightclub.
And that's what we did last night. But the food, the cakes, she had about 7 or 8 different cakes. My God, from a cream cake to a cheesecake, everything was just beautiful. The food was great. I don't drink, as I say, but everybody else did. And they were drinking champagne, of course, and other hard liquor. And we danced and we all, mingled and we networked and we loved each other and we hugged each other and we kissed each other. And it was a room filled with love. And I only wish the whole world was like that.
Absolutely.
I wish no matter where I go, people hug and kiss and say nice things to each other. It's so much It's much easier to be nice than it is to be evil. When you're evil, you take a chance. You have to create this evil conversation that you're going to be mean about. And that's just negative bullshit. And it's just negative stuff that you shouldn't have to do. Please, everyone out there, be positive. The next time you see someone, hold their hand, give them a compliment, tell them how nice they are and how nice it is to see them. It goes a long way.
So real quick, let's say hi to everybody in the chat room. What's up, chat room? Dave Hughes is in there. Dave, you're gonna like Phoebe. She's well endowed beauty.
Forget about it, Dave. Get your nitroglycerin out because I think you may have a stroke or a heart attack. I want this gal to be in my movie, The Gift, and she will play a Nazi woman in black fishnet stockings, a black leather G-string, and just black pasties with a Nazi hat on and a whip. And of course, there's dialogue with me, with she and I, and I'm not going to give it away. But this broad's got a body that doesn't stop, quit. It just keeps going and going.
She's gorgeous and she's fun.
So, Dave, fasten your safety belt.
So we got B. Claudia from Germany. Backpack John is in here. Teresa Sabin from Florida. Cindy Lady Lake is in the chat room. Dawn is in the chat room. Hub Reynolds is in the chat room. Dave says he loves whips.
Of course he does. Of course you do. Of course you do. There's no question about it. We knew that from the get-go.
Oh, my God.
But I want to say hi to Hub. Hey, what's going on? You've got a new record out?
He's got a new movie he's working on.
Okay, as soon as you get that somewhere, come on our show, Hub, because you're a really great guy, and we miss you. We haven't had you on our show in a long time, and I want you to come on and tell us all about it.
Absolutely. So we had a great time, you guys. So we went to 3 events. On Thursday, we went to Brian Sebastian's event. It was like an NFL event on the top of the Madame Tussauds.
I have to say something.
Okay.
We do not live in Los Angeles. We live in Palm Springs. It is a 100-mile drive to Los Angeles. So that's 2.5 hours without
2 hours.
With traffic, 2.5. And then we come home the same night because we have 3 dogs. So doing this 3 times in a row is like outrageously exhausting. You have no idea. The drive to and from kills you. Not to mention we stand on our feet all night long, socializing, interviewing, working, having fun. I'm a bit over 21 by a couple of years. You keep laughing like that, maricona. I'm going to knock you right through that fucking window.
Everybody thinks you're like young.
Right through that window. See that window over there? You're going to go head first through that friggin' window, and you're not going to know.
He loves going to these events, you guys. We have such a good time.
Oh,
and so we went Thursday, and then we rested Friday and Saturday, but then went Sunday. But then Monday we were gone all day and got home at 2 a.m. and then got up early, and then we went again yesterday, and we got home at like 2 a.m. And
I lost my voice, and it was worth it. I mean, we had a wonderful. Listen to me. We sit home and watch television every night and get fat and bitch, right? I bitch. We never go anywhere. We never go out. Then when we do go out, I'm in the car bitching. I can't do this anymore. I wish we were home in our we have an electric sofa that you press a button and it goes up into recliner. And pardon me, I'm going to be doing this all day long, folks. So please forgive me for coughing up in front of you, but I had to.
Everybody's talking about how they love your top. So Ron's top.
Oh, my shirt
has planets and astronauts.
Let me explain it. Shut the fuck up today. Oh, today he's gonna get it. You see this mic? I intend to break his head open with this mic. Tell
him about your shirt.
No, you're very like energetic today.
I can't help it. I'm not tired.
Listen, Sarah Jane. You better just calm down. Okay, my shirt I love because, as you know, I believe we are all aliens from another planet. And my shirt has on all Saturn and the moon and spacemen. And when I saw it, I said, oh, my God, I have to have this. I wore it last night to Sue Wong's because she said, come to the party, but dress campy, dress fun and different. So I put on this and another jacket, and I really look good. Anyway, I love my shirt, and thank you all for loving it because it is a wonderful shirt. I don't know who did it. but it's somebody with a nice. It's a good shirt, good cotton. It fits well.
Dave says he'll give you $10 for it.
Who?
Dave.
Dave, $10, please. I couldn't even buy the sleeve. But anyway, things are not cheap anymore. Today, $10. What can you buy for $10, folks? What could you buy? You can't buy a shirt for $10. What can you buy? I know you can buy an ice cream cone. I'm not lying either.
Barely.
No, I'm serious. Some places you go, the ice cream cone is $8 and $9, which is ridiculous. Right, Astro? This is my little Poochie sitting down.
So let's tell everybody about this real quick before our guest comes on.
Oh, listen to me, folks. I met them at Brian's Affair. I don't do any publicity on anything. We are not being paid for this. They did not ask us to do this. I thought, more bullshit people. They're all there trying to sell anything. They sell their asses if they could. So I stop at their little table and I look and I say, okay, what are you guys pushing? They said, tea. I said, oh, another tea bag. All right, I'll try it. Well, I did the sugar-free because I hate sugar. I mean, I love sugar, but it doesn't love me. And I tasted it was so good. And it left an aftertaste in my mouth, but a delicious aftertaste. Now, when you're interviewing and talking a lot on the rooftop of Madame Tussauds museum in the sun, your mouth gets dry. This tea absolutely did wonders. It is the most delicious tea. And I friended the both of them. They're lovely. His mother is wonderful. She's my age. She's a stunningly beautiful woman for her age. And we chatted and we became friends. And I said, you know what? Give me some of that stuff. I'm going to go tell people on our show to go out and try it. And I'm serious about this, guys. I don't bullshit anybody.
So let me tell them
Wait, let me just show the thing. It comes in the container. The reason the tea is not bad is I found out why. Most teas, when they go in a cardboard or whatever container, they boil it. And the tea goes in boiled. They don't. They cool their tea and then put it in the plastic container or whatever, wax, whatever shit this container is. Anyway.
So you guys, it's called Humanity,
Humanittea.
It's all organic. There's 5 flavors. This is the flavor I like because I hate tea. I never drank tea in my entire life.
I love tea.
And when I drank this, I was like, oh my God, this is the best. I loved it. And
no, it's true. It really is good. We're not getting paid for this, folks.
So Ron's flavor, my favorite flavor is passion fruit kiwi green tea, and Ron's is unsweetened black tea.
I love black tea.
They have a coconut lemonade tea, and I think there's 5 flavors, and you can go to drinkhumanity.com. So drink, HUMANITEA.com. I'm not kidding you. You can order it on the website. It's in a bunch of stores. I'm not exactly sure where, and it's fabulous.
So shut your ass for 2 minutes. You're talking too much. For a change. What you're saying? So why are you doing this, Ron and Jimmy? You're not getting paid for it. They're not giving you anything for it. Why are you doing it? And I guess the people that make this stuff said the same thing. Like, these two jerks. Why are they going to push our tea? We're not giving them anything. Ha ha ha. We're getting a free commercial. Well, that's not the case. I said to Jimmy, we have to tell our friends out there. There are 5 million of you that watch our show every week. And in syndication, I want to brag a little. We just hit 1 billion downloads, not million, billion downloads. And I said to Jimmy, in a world that we're in today with all the negative crap, let's tell our friends out there there's something out there that'll make you happy and make you feel good. And if I swear to God, buy it and then tell me if it stinks. If you don't like it and you say, Ron, you're full of shit, it's just as crappy as any other iced tea, tell me. I want to know. But try it. Where do they buy this and how much? It's like $2.50 or something.
I just said drinkhumanity.com. You can order it online. Here's the flavors, you guys. Coconut lemonade, wild berry lime hibiscus tea, mango melon black tea, passion fruit kiwi. That's the one I like. And then he's got the unsweetened black tea. It is so freaking good. It's free shipping on all orders. I think you can buy it by flavor or you can buy it by a mixed case probably. But it's really, really something that I would say that it's because
of all of our adventures. See, my voice even got better. My mouth feels like a sewer. Do you ever have sewer mouth where your mouth is disgusting? You think if you talk too close to somebody, their hair's going to curl because your breath is so bad? Well, that's how I feel. I feel disgusting today. And my mouth feels really pasty and crappy from not sleeping and talking. I just took a little bit of this tea. Guess what? I'm still tasting it. I love the aftertaste. It's probably has narcotics in it, but anyway, You're supposed to laugh, Jimmy.
Yeah.
It may have some kind of narcotic in it, or they may be enemies of America and they're going to kill us through their tea. But whatever it is, it's delicious. Go get it. I'm not bullshitting you enough.
Yeah, we actually really did enjoy it. Also, we want to thank everybody for tuning in all the time. You can hear us on iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, iTunes, Spotify, Amazon Music, YouTube, Google Podcasts, Radio Public, TuneIn, Pandora, Amazon Music, and Amazon Prime, and SoundCloud. We're also on about another 140 platforms, but those are the major ones that everybody knows. So check it out. You'll like it. We also want to welcome Mike Wagner from the Mike Wagner Show has joined us. And
hey, Mikey.
Somebody else joined us in here a second ago.
Now listen how my voice came back. Hello, everybody. I drank that tea. I swear that tea has narcotics in it. I drank that.
Jason Taylor joined us. Say
hey,
hi.
Jay. I drank that tea and my voice is coming back. It's wonderful stuff.
You gotta love it. Okay.
You know, once we had a sponsor. These people are not our sponsors. I'm making that very clear. But once we did have a sponsor once, and it was for some kind of a drink that you took and you had instant energy. Well, I had never taken it. I did take it one day. I was spinning, running, rushing. My heart was beating. I thought I was going to explode and die. I said to Jimmy, I can no longer promote this, Jimmy, because it's dangerous and it can hurt people. So let's contact them and thank them very much, but say to them, we can no longer be their commercial. And I did it. I called them up and I said, listen, do me a favor, drink like 2 quarts of it. And when you come back from outer space, we'll talk. And they didn't like me at all. And I said, we can no longer do your commercial because in all honesty, I cannot tell my people out there, please buy this poison so you could fly around like a moron and get a heart attack. So we're honest. And that's how I like it. Everybody knows me. I don't bullshit. I tell the truth. I don't care if you like it or not. Too bad. I'm 81 and a half, and I've earned the right to say what I like. I'm on this planet longer than most. So step aside, morons. The old-time guy is coming.
You gotta love it. All right. So, hey, Roxy, did you get the video that I sent? I sent you a thing just to see if you got that video or not, so I can know if we'll be able to play it later or not. Just let us know in the chat. And
I love that video, by the way. It's so much fun. It's a very, I had to screen it first because I didn't want to look like an idiot. I thought I could look like an old jerk. Ever see old people at weddings trying to dance? They look like morons.
No, she said it didn't come. Okay.
It didn't come. Yeah. Anyway, there's one of me dancing with Richie Rich, and it looked good. But really, at weddings, did you ever see like 80-year-old people? They try to act young and dance like young people, and they look like they're having a stroke, or they have St. Vitus dance, the disease where you can't stop shaking. I didn't want to look like that. So
okay, so then I'm going to bring on our next guest. Our first.
Meanwhile,
guest.
the next guest is what I call in Brooklyn, and everybody don't get offended, but in Brooklyn, she would be called a hot piece of ass, and that was a great compliment. I mean, if you met a girl and you were describing your girlfriend to your friend, you'd say, "Hey, what's your girl like?" And say, "Oh, she's a friggin' hot piece of ass." Then we knew what we were talking about. Well, this next gal is so hot that Dave, please. Don't watch our show anymore, Dave. Turn off your computer or whatever it is you watch us on because we don't want to hurt you. And I know when
Go ahead and bring her in, Roxy.
No, he's going to die. Dave, I can't bring her in. Oh, my God.
Hey!
Oh, Dave just fell over.
Say something. Let's make sure we can hear you. Yay! All right, everybody. Now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. Actress, designer, celebrity, entertainer. She does everything. Her name is Phoebe Price. We love her, and please, welcome her to the show. Why is my phone ringing?
I'm very disappointed. You have a high top blouse on. What? Pull over. I mean, come on.
Should I have shown more cleavage today? I
Yeah.
flag, but you can't see. But here we go.
No. Oh, listen, we have a very.
And I'm wearing panties today.
You're really.
She's wearing panties today.
I know, but you're ruining our show because.
Okay, I'll take them off.
Good, Dave. No, listen. Dave Hughes is in England, and he watches, and every time we have a hot chick on, he's like 70 years old, married. He's an old degenerate, and he's not going to be happy because he's not seeing those magnificent boobs of yours.
But I'll tell him how to see them anyway, because all they got to do is go to your Instagram. You put up a great video today and said, "You guys like my titties?"
Well, I mean, it's like they're natural.
There you go. Good.
There you go.
Good. See, now Dave is happy. But listen, before we go on with this interview, I am asking you. We're filming in a while. It's movie's called The Gift of Magic with Lainie Kazan and myself and a bunch of stars. And I would love for you to come. It takes place in 1943, and I would love for you to be a Nazi in black fishnet stockings, spike heels, a leather G-string, and leather pastries with a Nazi hat and a whip. And you deliver a very...
It's a comedy.
It's a
dark
comedy.
comedy.
It's a comedy. So you and I have a little bit of an exchange of dialogue, and Lainie does something. It's really a hysterical part. And I said to Jimmy when I saw you, I said, "Oh my God, there's my Nazi whipper." I mean,
well, I am the next Lucille Ball, so I would be honored.
There you go.
Please, I would love. We will be in contact. We will let you know when we're going to shoot.
Well, now we're talking all the time since we started talking to her the last week on Thursday. Now, so I want everybody to know. First of all, let me introduce everybody.
You are so perfect for the part. A movie has to offer something to everyone, not just one person. And you're going to offer all the degenerate little jerk offs out there a nervous breakdown. You have a body.
I can't wait, and it's actually all natural.
No, but I know that
I never had any kind of surgery. When I need it, I will. But I know how to wear like bras that really pull it up there.
Well, I know you're friends with Frenchie, and we love Frenchie.
Yeah, right? I did a couple of shows with Frenchie.
She's too much.
Wait, we're going to go to that in a minute. I don't want to go to that
What
yet.
Does she sing? I like my, what is it? What is Frenchie's song that she always sings? That's so funny.
What's up, bitches? Or something. I don't remember, but.
Do you know Daniel?
Do you know Daniel DeCrisio?
Oh, yeah. I've known Daniel for years and years and years.
Oh, he's a good buddy of mine. I love Danny.
Yeah, we love
him. He used to come to my birthday parties, but since my mom got cancer, my life has slowed down a little.
Okay.
But I feel like it's made my comedy career come out more because I have to laugh instead of cry.
Wait a minute, Roxy. No, who's our new girl? Not Roxy.
Huh?
Who's our new technician?
Roxy.
Oh, it is Roxy. I'm getting I'm so fucking old. I forget where I live. But anyway, Roxy, can we put up some pictures of this gal? Let's let the guys and girls see what a body she got. A body.
Hold on. Let me just go back though.
I mean, her body is like not to be believed.
I thought I was going to get to show my outfit. You want me to show my outfit?
Yeah, show us your outfit.
I don't care.
You go.
Let me slide the chair back because I had to kind of get it right.
Honey, nobody cares about your outfit.
Yeah, they do.
No, that they care about. That they care about. Yeah, your ass and your legs.
Marilyn Monroe.
There we go.
And you're fun too. That's the best part. Some girls that look like you were bitchy, but you're fun.
So here's what's up, you guys. So we met.
Let me slide the chair back.
So you guys, we've actually see Phoebe at every red carpet event. She gets invited everywhere, all the info list parties, and we've always just said hi and taken pictures. But I've never had a conversation with her ever until Thursday. And oh no, I take that back. For Halloween on the rooftop of Madame Tussauds when you were in the fishnet, that's when Ron first saw you and like, oh my God, she should be in my movie.
No, I said to Jimmy, she's my Nazi stripper, but my Nazi whipper.
I've always wanted to be a stripper, and I dress like one, so I think I'd fit that part.
There you go.
No, you're not playing.
There we go. Look.
I know how to kick it.
Look at that.
Look at that, Dave. Dave, there you go.
Dave, look. Oh, Dave died. Oh my God, we're responsible for Dave's death. Oh, Dave is having it.
And what's your dog's name? Because you bring your dog a lot.
Yeah, Henry's right here. He's chilling out. His name's Henry.
See, this is Astro. Astro, stick your head up. Say hi.
Aww.
This is Astro.
Oh, how cute.
He's our 7-pound rescue. He's part poodle and part terrier.
Oh, they love your shoes too.
Oh, I'm sure they love her shoes. The gay guys love the shoes, and
so do the women.
But not the men. The men are looking at what's in the shoes. They ain't looking at no shoes.
So Phoebe, we have a chat room with like all different countries represented. So just say hi to everybody in the chat room.
Bonjour.
There you go.
Listen, do me a favor. Lift that stupid shirt up a little bit.
Oh, she did that already.
No, I wanted to do it again because maybe Dave missed it.
So you guys
lift your blouse a little, your shirt, whatever it is. Just show the bra again. Bras are good. You're allowed. Hey, listen, bra is like a bathing suit.
Well, so listen, I was gonna wear something else, but I was like at the last minute running around. because I'm actually being shot after this. I have to run to Beverly Hills for a few errands. So I thought,
No, you look fabulous. First of all, I have to say I see you all the time, and I follow you. You guys follow Phoebe on Instagram. She's actress Phoebe Price, Phoebe Price. She has a great
and
Instagram.
my TikTok is I'm getting like 30, 40,000 views on one day on TikTok.
I wonder
There you
why.
go.
I really wonder why. What do you think is your brains? I'm sure everybody's tuning in to hear your intelligence. You're getting all of those because you're such a smart woman.
She actually is very
Well,
smart.
you know, I bought my first company at the age of 19, but my father died when I was 17 years old.
Aw.
I was the first girl at my high school to get a tennis scholarship, and I went and played for the University of Tennessee. And then after my dad died, I bought my first company, which was a modeling agency, and it was affiliated with Elite, John Casablanca's Modeling and Career Center. And while I modeled around the world, my mom ran my modeling agencies that I owned for 8 years. And when I was in Italy, I was engaged to a famous Italian rapper, he's now a judge on The Voice, Italy. And he started getting into movies at that time, and I started getting interested, and 9/11 happened. And I kind of like freaked out and got on the first flight home, and I kind of never went back to him. So I came out here and I just started getting a lot of projects. But, you know, everybody always told me there's a lot of beautiful girls in this town, but there's not a lot of beautiful girls that can act, and especially that can do comedy. And lately I've been doing a little bit of stand up. And I feel like I've kind of like met my niche. And, you know, just last year I did 3 movies directed by Richard Greco from 21 Jump Street.
Very good friend of ours.
He's a good
friend
of
of ours.
He's actually, him and his girlfriend, wife,
Yep.
they are actually some of the nicest people in Hollywood.
He's fabulous. And I also
Do you know how I met him?
How did you meet him?
We were at a red carpet peeing next to each other in the men's room. And I turned to him and I said, "Listen, I'd like you to come on our TV show." And he looked at me like I was nuts. I said, "What better time to get you that you cannot say no or run away because you pee all over yourself?" So he started to laugh.
Wait, did he have his hand on his penis while you're asking him this?
He didn't
So
look.
he just like sitting there whizzing?
No, I really didn't look. You know, I also peed next to Warren Beatty, and all my gay friends said, "Did you look? Did you look?" And I said, "No, you don't do things like that. You know, that's a private moment. You don't invade that moment. It's
Well,
terrible."
yeah, that's funny. But you know what? A lot of Hollywood moments have happened in the bathroom.
Yes.
Absolutely.
No, we love Richard Grieco, and I noticed because you've done a bunch of movies. You did 2 movies with Richard Grieco and Mindy Robinson, who's also a friend of ours.
Yep.
She's been on the show a bunch of times. Richard's been on our show a bunch of times. We've been on other shows where they were interviewing like us
But you
and
know
Richard.
what? Phoebe, you know, we're a small town. You know, we're a big state, but we're a very small town, and we all know each other. You know that.
That is totally true. In Hollywood, it may seem like a very big place, but it's actually very small, and everybody knows each other.
Absolutely.
It's funny to me though, because you're one of the only celebrities that we know, and we really know. Like you, we've been around and we know a lot of famous people, but you're one of the only ones I know that like you and Al Burke a little bit. That TMZ follows you around, Getty follows you around. Like all the big shows want to know what the hell you are doing. And I think that's the coolest thing ever, you know, that because every time I see you, like there's paparazzi following you.
Because, you know, and a lot of people are like very dumb and they're like, oh, she's a seat filler or she pays the paparazzi. It's like, no, I get press. I get press all over the world.
Of course you do.
Every magazine. And it's the way I dress. It's how I act. It's what I do. It's me.
Listen,
and it's your voice.
Hang on. Years ago, there was a movie actress named Jane Mansfield. Jane Mansfield, we used to kid around, said went to the opening of envelopes or garage doors. She went everywhere. She was not an actress because she wasn't good, but she was a celebrity famous for her boobs and her beautiful, sexy platinum hair. So the press needs that. What are they going to do? Photograph some old lady hanging out on a corner selling apples? I mean, they need you. Watermelon lady, you know what I mean? Big boobs,
Well,
big
I
ass.
think it's like Madonna. You always have to kind of reinvent yourself. You have to
Yeah.
have a reason for them want to come after you to put you in the magazines because my
Phoebe.
mom has been deathly ill fighting for life for 5 years. So I
Right.
have been out of the scene for almost 5 years, but I continue to work on projects. And this year I'm going back to the Cannes Film Festival.
Yay!
But Phoebe, listen, if the photographers couldn't sell your photos,
Right.
then they wouldn't photograph you. So
Right.
obviously, whatever you've got, people want to see and enjoy.
And I got boobs and they're
I know,
real, bitches.
yeah, and I know, wait,
And the real bitches.
and I know that you never paid anybody. That's obscene, to even absurd to think such a thing, that you would have to pay for breasts, that you would have to pay for press.
Hey,
If
you should see my mamas.
No, but if you
In
walk,
Alabama, I don't know what they do, but they make them big.
but if you walk down Hollywood Boulevard in the outfit that I saw you in the first night I met you, I guarantee every paparazzi would come out of the woodwork photographing
They
you,
do.
because you are absolutely beautiful, stunning, and now that I know you better, really sweet. You're a good Southern girl.
I didn't know that. Like, so all the time since we've never spoken at all those
No.
info list events, I didn't know you were from Alabama. I thought you were like a redheaded Italian or something. Like, I didn't know what you were because I never heard you speak ever on any of the red carpets when I was next to you. So I found it like amazing. I really, since I started following you on Instagram about a year ago, I found out the tennis and all the different things that you do. And I did the tennis thing also. So we have a lot
You'll
in
have
common
to
there.
come play sometime, but let me tell you, I whoop all the boys' asses.
I played for
So-
University of Florida.
And you had to see, wait, you had to see
I
Jim.
played with Jennifer Capriati.
I beat her. I
Andre
beat Jennifer
Agassi.
Capri. I beat Jennifer Capriati and I beat Kathy Rinaldi. I used to practice with them at tournaments in Jacksonville. I was like the practice partner, but I always
You'll
beat
have
them
to
every
come
time.
Play. We have a bunch of. I play with all guys.
And you beat
And
all
we-
of them, right?
Yeah.
And you wear really sexy clothes when you play tennis because I watch
Yeah,
your
but-
I
Instagram.
wear the-
But wait a minute,
It's
wait, hang on.
California.
Hang on. You have to see Jimmy in his tennis skirt, especially when he
Oh,
bends
yeah.
over when he bends over to
Gavin
no, when he be-
Rossdale is
wait,
always
when he
like
bent- when he-
looking over at me.
when he bends over to pick up the tennis balls, his skirt goes up. He's so
Yeah,
cute.
right. Fuck you.
You know we're gay. We're married. Did you know that, Phoebe?
Yes, of course.
We're married over 10 years, I believe.
Yes, that's amazing.
So what's with
And
you?
you know
wait,
what?
hang on.
My
Phoebe. So
My
wait,
hairstylist
wait,
was one of my
quiet,
best friends.
quiet. Where are you in the marriage department? Do you believe in it? Do you want it? What do you think?
Well, I was married when I was 17, and I actually married him twice.
Oh, wow.
And I've never like really, you know what? I'm living my life, and I don't know. I am so protective over my mother right now that I am so afraid that I may give her COVID or something, that I have basically stopped my life to a degree, because I feel like right now my mom is 90 and I don't know how much longer that I would have with her. So, this time is like very precious for us.
Absolutely.
But I'm always, I talk to people. I've had several long-term relationships that I always keep very private. But
No, but the question.
let me know if any
wait,
of y'all are
the
looking
question.
for a hot mama from Alabama.
Phoebe, to define the question better, the question was, what do you think about marriage? Do you believe in it or do you not believe in it?
Oh, yes. My mom and dad were married since they were 16. She never remarried. She never dated. All my family members are all married, have never been divorced.
So
Only
you
me.
you believe in marriage?
Yeah, yes. And I think it's a beautiful thing. And my hairdresser is marrying his new husband in September. And I told him I can't wait to be the flower girl.
What are you gonna wear a push-up bra?
I'll probably wear nothing. It's in California.
Oh my God, Dave Hughes just dropped.
So
dead.
Dave Hughes is in the. It's funny now.
Oh, he's masturbating.
He's saying how beautiful that you are, and he loves your accent. And he wrote "Hello, au revoir" in there, which I know is the title of a movie that you did. So I don't know if he looked it up. And it's funny because Nick Mancuso has been on our show, and he's the star of the movie "Hello, au revoir" with
Right.
you.
Oh, nice.
That's fun.
So listen, Phoebe, do me a favor, honey. Get your hand and throw Dave a big wet kiss, a big mwah to Dave Hughes. Dave, look what she did. She sent you a big
There
juicy
you go,
kiss.
Dave.
He is now a corpse.
He also says God bless your mom. His dad is 89.
Yeah, see that?
Yeah, they're from a different generation, but
Well, I'm
I feel
81.
like she's my last parent, and she raised me so well that it's my responsibility, to make sure she has a good life.
Absolutely. I agree
But
100%.
I'm 81 and a half. I'll be 82 in May.
And
yes,
you look fabulous.
well, thank you. But they made us different back then. We came around in the Second World War where we didn't have food or heat. In America, we really suffered that Second World War, and we learned to be strong and tough. And I think your mom and I, if we spoke, we would both be on the same page. And I do wish her well. And yes, she's, you know what? My friend Perry Winkler just celebrated her 100th birthday in August. So don't sell your mother short yet.
Oh, no, never.
There's still a lot of time ahead. Trust me.
Let me do some bragging for you. So hey, you guys. So here's some of the things that you've seen Phoebe in. She's got she's got the movie Hello, au revoir with Nick Mancuso. If you guys don't remember him, he was in one of my favorite movies. I think it was called Over the Top, or I forgot what it was. But he's a great actor singer from back in the day. Stay Off the App with Mindy Robinson, Richard Grieco, and Devaney Penn. I'm bringing some of these up because our audience knows them because all these people have been on our show. The Victim with Michael Biehn, Jennifer Blanc Biehn, and Danielle Harris are all good friends of mine.
Yeah, they're good friends of mine.
The Alien movie, Paul Get Smart. She was in a TV movie with Richard Grieco, Minnie Robinson, and Rachel Allig, who have all been on the show. You also have seen her on Botched, Fashion Queens, Extra with Billy Bush, Famous Food, Brides of Beverly Hills, Comic Cosplay, RuPaul's Drag Race, Entertainment Tonight, The Insider. And I want to know, do you do cosplay? Because you would be a good cosplay person.
Yeah, I used to do it a lot. That's how I ended up in the movie Paul, because they saw me as Princess Leia. And in the closing of Paul, they used me as the main Princess Leia.
Oh, that's fabulous. I love that movie.
With David Spade.
I love that movie.
So, Phoebe, what were you on Botched for?
Just like a celebrity filler, as comedy. I've been on there 3 times. And
But
I was like,
you didn't have anything.
Turn down the doctors.
So you weren't there to have anything corrected.
No, I acted like I had bone coming out of my nose.
Oh, okay.
That's funny because we saw when Frenchie was on there too, and she wanted them to make her boobs bigger, and she's got like the biggest boobs on the planet.
She didn't want. She can't handle any bigger.
Yeah.
No, any bigger, they're going to explode. The truth, they really will.
Yeah, because
explode.
they're already
huge,
large enough.
So you're in her Stripperland music video and the Frenchie Mafia music video, I think.
Yeah, I made a cameo in it.
I think that's hilarious. We have a friend named Ozzy Aziz, and she used to be. So Ozzy's been a friend of mine for like 25 years.
You know Ozzy
from Florida, and
she was. Maybe not. It's not.
No, she lives here. No, it's the same.
Friend?
Yes, it's Frenchie's friend.
Yeah, I know this name.
Yeah, so Ozzy and I were in Florida together, and I used to be her clothing designer because I used to be a clothing designer, and she was on Billboard and did all these great things. Now she's in a yoga, like a world-renowned yoga person, but she used to be when she first was out here, and she would hang out with Frenchie, and that's how we met Frenchie to have her on. She's been on the show a couple of times, and we watched her on Botched because I thought it was hilarious. But Frenchie is so much fun, and she's another one who the paparazzi follows all over the place.
Yeah.
So I don't know why this is ringing. I turned my ringer off.
Well, the paparazzi does not follow unattractive women with crappy bodies. That's for sure.
But you have to have something a little bit unique.
Oh, come on. You're sexy as hell, and men love sexy, and women love to look at you so they could bitch and say, "Oh, look at her. She's all fake and all that." They'd like to say that shit. Oh, she wears so much makeup. You know how cunty they use that word, but the bitchy they can get. But the men look at Listen, men look at you. They don't know you got makeup. They don't know you got a hairdo. All they look at is the equipment, and they say, "Oh, I'd kill for that. Oh my God, I wanted before I die. I want a woman like that in bed." It's every man's fantasy to have the ultimate sexy lady, and you are certainly the ultimate sexy lady. There's no question about it.
And you're cool, and you're so cool. You talk to people. I watched you at the. I always watch you at the events that we're at. And I was watching you Thursday, and everybody comes, and you're nice to everybody, whether they're famous or whether they're a regular person. You're just a cool, nice, beautiful woman.
Yeah, but wait, when I spoke with you, you said something about you do Lucille Ball. Tell me about that.
I've done photo shoots, and I look just like Lucy, and I feel like she kind of has inspired my comedy career. And I hope one day to, be the next Lucille Ball, because I feel like that is where my career is heading. And I feel like I'm one of the only people in Hollywood that could actually hold it. And
have you ever met her?
No.
I have. And I met her at Pips, which was a private club in Beverly Hills, and she was playing backgammon. She was playing backgammon in the back. And when she came out, she stopped at my table because I was with Lee Winkler, her business manager. And she spoke, and she was quite normal, very serious, and nothing like Lucy, the character she portrays. And I found that there's definitely two people in Lucille Ball. One a serious businesswoman and one campy. Are you
That's what she's like.
But wait, that's Jimmy. I'm gonna hit you with the mic. Can I hit him with the mic? Can you lend me some money to divorce this fruit?
Yeah, right.
I mean, really, it's time to get rid of this old queen and get a young one. I need a young one, a young hot one with a great body.
I think you got one.
That's right. Thank you.
Oh, please. Do you ever see him in a bathing suit? Oh, well, anyway.
He's joking, by the way.
I fight with Jimmy deliberately because the fans love it. I get fan mail saying, "I love when you call Jimmy Mary Fairy or Maria Cone." They love it. They love when I tease and fight him. So I do it every week a little bit.
Did you see the Lucille Ball movie with Nicole Kidman on Amazon Prime?
No, I saw previews though, but she really does not look like.
No, she didn't look like.
And
her acting was good.
I didn't think she portrayed Lucy at all.
It needed an actress that is very comedic that can pull off Lucy. It was very stale and looked more studio driven.
Absolutely. Lucy.
It's like they should care more about the project and fulfilling it with the actress that can deliver the part instead of going with a big name and it just being mediocre.
I agree.
Well, that's how they got funding, as you know. But Lucy had a very gravel voice like mine right now. And Lucy was kind of butch. Lucy was kind of butch. She wasn't a feminine woman by any means. She was very manly.
It was two different people.
Yeah. Lucille in person was very manly and very tough. She was like a broad. Nicole didn't play it like Nicole did not play it like a broad. She played it like a Hollywood actress. But I agree with you. I probably would have liked to have seen you in it, Ben, although your boobs are too big. It would have flattened you down. Because Lucy did not.
Well, let me tell you, they're real, so we can move them to the side. I have to pull them like this to make sure.
No, did you know that Betty Davis had the biggest set of jugs in the world? I
didn't know that. I love Betty Davis.
I knew her well. She and I were friends.
Wow.
And late in life, she and I were friends. And I discussed it one time with her. And she said we wore special bras in those days to flatten us. It was not attractive to have a large bosom back in the 40s. But Betty Davis had a set of jugs and real. But Unfortunately, that's what she died from, cancer of the boobs. And I think it was just from squeezing them down all those years in that elastic.
Since you don't know
Really?
us that well, I'm going to tell you a little about Ron real quick.
Oh.
So Ron had a TV show called Set the Record Straight. His very first movie that he ever did was with Sophia Loren and Tab Hunter, and Jane Russell, the movie star, was one of his best friends. And
My only dear
and Ron, when he was younger, he did female impersonations in straight clubs, and he impersonated Jane Russell and sang in his own voice. And then he met Jane Russell later in life, and they became best friends. But he
wow.
knows everything about old Hollywood. He
Like-
knows Lauren Bacall. He knows Elizabeth Taylor. He knew everybody.
It's,
Those are
they're
short.
from I'm 81 years old. I'm in the business 64 years. So in 64 years, you're going to meet a lot of people. Like now, everywhere I go now, I meet all new stars, new celebrities. It's a whole new generation. And I explained that one time on our show that it was the same thing back in the 1960s. I met all the movie stars of the 40s and 50s. I knew Rita Hayworth. She lived across the street from me when I lived in Beverly Hills. Barbara Parkins from Peyton Place lived next door to me. I mean, it's Hollywood. People don't get it. They think that you make up these stories, or you really never met these stars. Bullshit. I met Glenn Ford in the supermarket. We were both talking about tuna fish. He likes Starkist and I like the other one.
Everybody goes to the grocery store.
That's right. So one thing I think people can't tell in the light is that you have beautiful hair, but your hair is actually red. So when you say Lucille Ball and you have your hair fire red, you
Her hair
guys,
is fire
when
red.
we saw her in the sunlight on the roof, I mean, she looked like she could be Lucille Ball. It was really fabulous. She's really got something going on. So who are
And I
some?
did a photo shoot that I put up that I was at Lucille's at her star. And I mean, we look almost identical there.
Oh, that's cool. Again, you guys, you can follow Phoebe on Instagram. It's actress Phoebe Price, and she's got a fun Instagram because she does a lot of fun stuff. And who are you on TikTok?
I don't know. But I got a lot of followers.
That's like me. That's like me. I don't know either.
That's hilarious. I can look it up.
I'm gonna look and I'm gonna show it to you.
Okay, that's just hilarious.
I have no idea. Jimmy said you got this following. I said, who are you talking about? He puts me on all these things that I don't know what they are.
I barely know that I have actress Phoebe Price.
That's
Are you on
hilarious.
Facebook?
Oh, it's Phoebe Price 92. Can
Okay.
you see it?
Yes, Phoebe Price 92. You guys on TikTok. I'm on TikTok, but I don't really do a lot on it.
Are you on Facebook, Phoebe?
Yes, I have like 5 pages on Facebook. So I'm really, because my mom used to manage everything. So I get very backed up. I think I have like 15,000 requests on Facebook for friends.
That's funny. I just followed you on TikTok. Okay.
Yeah, I have 5,000.
I'll follow you back.
Good.
Oh, I think I just saw it.
Yes, I just did it right now. I'm not on TikTok that much, but it's fun and I enjoy it. So let's talk about some of the stuff. Like, what are some of the things you see yourself wanting to do? Okay, you want to be a comedy, so you want to do movies and comedy. Are you going to do stand-up comedy?
Well, right before the pandemic, I did stand up, and it was my first time ever. I went to like an open mic at Ha Ha, and they were like blown away because I'm just telling stories that have happened to me in the past, because the things that have happened to me in life are hilarious and quite unbelievable.
I love that.
I did stand up for 46 years. So I know what
Well,
you're
you'll have
talking
to
about.
give me some pointers.
The only thing I ever did was I went out there unscripted. I had what I called a clothesline. On the clothesline were certain places where a certain joke would go, but I ad-libbed most. Nothing worse than a comedian, he's rehearsed.
Oh,
Comedy is
ad-lib
not
everything.
comedy is not rehearsed. Comedy is natural. And if you can keep it as innocent and as natural and as vague as you can. Like, not me, but you. You're so beautiful and you're Southern. You could play that little Southern girl, innocent thing. People will love it because no matter what you say, they're going to scream from. Like, in other words, if you're a sexy tomato and you go out there like a hard broad and you say, "Well, my bra blew off," nobody's going to laugh because you're a sexy tomato. But if you
They're
go
going to
out
be
there,
shocked.
but if you go out there with your Southern little sweetness and you say, "My Lord, my bra just blew off," they're gonna laugh their asses off. So keep your sweetness on the stage. It works. You're
Well,
good.
thank you.
No, really, delivery. And when
That
you
might be one of my acts. I'll just have my bra blow up.
hit blow off, right? No,
That's
but
a good idea. I'll just have a lacy one underneath it.
right. No, but make sure in comedy we say deliver the line but hit the button. If you miss
Right.
hitting the button, the joke doesn't work. So
Right.
be very careful about it. See, Jimmy doesn't let me hit the button. I set up people on our show for a joke, and then Big Mouth over here comes in and interrupts. Well, I can't hit the button. No, I can't hit the button, so
That's called
the
love.
joke dies. The joke just falls on the floor. But I'd love to come and see you do comedy.
We would
Yeah.
definitely.
Well, I
I'm gonna-
definitely want to do it again. And, like I say, I'm not like delivering lines, I'm telling stories that
Great,
are
great.
quite unbelievable.
That's fabulous. That's what we need today. We need to laugh. We don't
Right.
laugh. We don't laugh anymore. People have restricted everything. I'm not allowed. When I did a show, I talked about I did it as Jane Russell, and I talked about my boobs, and I said, my boobs have sagged some. This morning I was shaving my ankle and I cut my nipple. Now, today that joke doesn't work, but no, 30 years ago that was risque. That was a dirty joke, and it worked in the nightclubs. But today you can't do that. Women say, "Oh, he's a sexist. He was talking about us shaving our legs." I mean, people today just so uptight.
Yeah, I think America just needs to like
Light,
relax a little and
lighten up, America, and learn to laugh again.
I think
because
so
I mean,
too.
that's all that's gotten me through these last couple of years is just laughing and joking all the time.
Absolutely.
And they think that's the reason my mom is still alive because they gave her 6 months to live, and we laugh every day. I play jokes on her. Today she got a new oxygen tank, and I tell her it's her new best friend. Out with her new friend. So it's just laughing. I think that is the key to happiness, and that's what we need, a little bit more laughs.
A lot more.
Well, we need you to go out there and make us laugh. Can't you get booked at the comedy club in LA?
I could. I haven't, like really looked into that lately. I've had a few comedians tell me I should, in the next couple of days, I'm going to post like a little monologue of some of my comedy, and I'm going to put it out there to see if other people think it's funny. But it's stories about me that are really embarrassing and hilarious. So I think, it might go over, especially.
Well, let me give you a little hint. Joan Rivers invited Debbie Reynolds, myself, and a group of other people to go to the Comedy Store, but when no one was there, she only invited close friends and people she knew to break in her jokes, and then we all had a pen and paper, and we would write which joke we liked and which we didn't. Why don't you do something like that? Invite friends to somewhere. Then you do your stand-up, and your friends will be honest. They'll say, "Oh, Phoebe, that was a crappy joke," or "Oh, we loved that one." And that's
I
the
love
best.
that idea.
Yeah, well, that's what Joan Rivers did all the time. And each time she worked the room, she had a different group of friends.
I think
Now
that
we leave the club, and Debbie I know very well because of Jane Russell, and Debbie and I are talking, and Joan Rivers got in her limo, and Debbie said, "Oh, I've got to go." I go, "Oh, Ron, come and sit for a minute." So I was sitting between Joan Rivers and Debbie Reynolds. I never heard the word "fuck" used so much in my life. These two broads could curse and talk about each other. I said, "Girls, we need a camera here. This is the best comedy routine I've ever seen in my life." Debbie Reynolds and Joan Rivers together would have rocked the world. They're funniest ladies and outspoken.
Do you know Eugenia Kuzmina?
no.
We'll have to introduce you. She's an actress like you, and she's in a bunch of cool movies, but she also does stand-up a lot in LA lately, and she works with like
Oh, nice.
a bunch of other female actresses that are comedians, and they put on little shows all over the place. Like they just did a show, I think, in Las Vegas, and there's like 5 or 6 of them,
Right.
But we can introduce you to her because she's really cool.
So if
And she's big on Instagram too.
and if one of the girls leaves, you could replace, and you have a good, cast of girls, and
Yeah.
you're all beautiful.
And they're all beautiful,
I
yeah.
mean, Eugenia is Grace Kelly. She's a breathtaking Russian blonde from Russia.
She's been on the cover
Stunning.
of like
Gorgeous.
Glamour and all the magazines and stuff. She's stunning.
So
You'll love her though.
You'll
She's
be working
fabulous.
with some pretty hot chicks, which is good.
So here's a question I like to always ask people, especially when they're actresses. So it's a 3-part question. Number 1, male and female celebrity that you would love to make a movie with. And then the second half of the question is, if you could have been in any movie that's ever been made in history, what movie would you have liked to been in? So tell me
the
who.
movie that I would have loved to been in, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Oh, I love it. Now wait, is that the Johnny Depp one, or is that the original?
No, I didn't really like the Johnny Depp
I didn't
one.
either. I like the
Loved
original.
The original. I was obsessed with it as a child. I'm obsessed with it as an adult because I've always loved candy. And,
Me too.
And I just think that would have been like a dream. And I just want that Willy Wonka bar.
I love that idea, and I'm so funny because when I was like 8 years old, I had a treehouse that my dad built, and I actually like put signs all over it that this was like this is my candy factory, and I would like buy candy and mix them together and stuff like I was making my own candy, invite the whole neighbors over to come to my candy factory because I loved that movie growing up.
And he was a sweet
Yeah,
guy.
I've had a really good dentist.
Yeah.
But the star of that movie, I was in San Francisco, and I met
Gene Wilder.
one of the cast of, I think they were doing something about a train. He and the black guy.
Yeah.
What was it called? I forgot. Anyway,
Chicken.
they were filming it up in San Francisco.
With Richard Pryor.
And a friend of mine was in the movie, and I spoke with her, and she said working with him was an absolute delight, and that he was a breathless genius at comedy. She said he didn't have to do anything but lift a pencil, and people would laugh. And Gene Wilder really was hilariously funny, I found. And his wife, of course, was so funny from Saturday Night Live.
Gilda Radner,
right. So, yeah.
We loved it. Okay, so
you picked a good movie.
Male and female actors you'd like to work with.
Male would definitely be Denzel Washington.
There you go.
Al Pacino, Robert Redford.
I love Robert Redford.
Because they're such amazing actors in their career and their lives. And, I would just be honored movie with any of those 3. Denzel Washington from Shawshank Redemption on, just amazing.
So, okay.
I
then
had a crush on Robert Redford years ago. I thought he was the handsomest, sexiest man in the world.
I liked him
with Barbara Streisand.
So did my mama.
in the way we were with Barbara Streisand. I think that was his most romantic leading film.
Oh, I liked him in The Last Castle.
No,
like that was freaking awesome.
The Way We Were was beautiful. It was a beautiful movie.
Yeah.
I think it's
they all make really great quality movies.
Well, I think
okay. So we need a female though.
Wait, I think The Way We Were is Barbara Streisand's favorite movie. I think I've seen that somewhere. She's said that her favorite movie.
So female actor you'd like to work with?
Okay. It would be Nicole Kidman. I've really loved her career, and as a fellow redhead, and Julia Roberts.
Julia
Those
Roberts,
were always
I love
the
that.
careers that I looked up to because I turned down many of roles because I wouldn't get naked. Because I always wanted to be able to show that I can deliver talent. Yes, I have the body underneath, but I want to show that I can perform and be a Oscar nominated nominee because I've trained with the top coaches in the world. I've trained, and I feel like Julia Roberts, Nicole Kidman, They
love
just
Julia
have a
Roberts.
really good career. They get to choose what movies they want. They can choose if they show skin or not. So that's the kind of career I look up to.
I think you would have been great in Pretty Woman. Pretty Woman's like my favorite movie of all time. I've seen it like 6,000 times. I absolutely
Pretty
love
Woman
it.
also.
And you would have been
Now,
good in Pretty Woman.
But I
and I
think
used to do Julia Roberts, and I did turn down major studios because I wouldn't take my clothes off.
Yeah, but
Because
Phoebe,
if
Phoebe,
they
Phoebe,
saw
Phoebe.
what's underneath here, it's called red on the head, fire in the hole, and that's worth millions.
But Phoebe,
Millions.
Phoebe, listen, let
People
Phoebe.
are like, you get naked on OnlyFans? Honey, if I showed my crotch, they would be paying a fortune.
Well, they do. They pay
I
extra.
do sexy
But
because my crotch costs big dollar signs.
Phoebe. Keep in mind, nudity done well for a good reason in a film is art. Nudity done cheesy,
And like
just
these
to
shitty
get,
horror movies.
like a porno, you don't do. But
Or
if
a
they
movie.
if they really need you at some point to come out of a water, a lake or something, and it shot beautifully, I would do it. And I wouldn't call that nakedness. I would
I
call
would have
that
to get paid a lot of money.
Yes.
you are paid a lot of money. Our friend Sadie Katz
But
was naked in a movie, and they paid her a ton of money because her box showed, but it really wasn't her box. It was CGI. They put a fake snatch over her,
yes.
and she got all that money for a fake snatch, man.
No, I think if it's a big budget movie, and maybe you show your backside or something as part, or you're in bed with your husband as part of the script. It's different when it's a shitty horror movie and they're just killing topless girls. I would never do that.
No. But if it's
No,
called,
I totally feel it. And you know what? Now, because I've been able to grow over the last couple of years, because I feel like my family always kind of like put a box, and I had to live up to certain expectations. And since I've been more in control of life, I'm also, as I get older, I'm more comfortable with my body, and I'm more comfortable with me.
Yes.
and Dave,
maybe 10 years ago, I wasn't. I may have acted more comfortable, but I wasn't.
Right.
Anyway, Dave Hughes agrees with you being comfortable with your body because he'd like to get comfortable with your body.
Listen to that.
Right, Dave Hughes? If he's still
He actually
alive.
said he had to go. He said
he had to go. He died. He had a stroke.
He probably had a stroke. So who would be someone who let's say you were going to be in a movie and someone was going to play your husband. Who's somebody that you think is really cute that would be fun to play your husband in a movie? I just want to know what kind of guys you like.
Oh, give up your old queen.
That I've dated, like Jeff Goldblum, Jillian McMahon. I've dated.
Oh, did you really, Julie McMahon?
Main guys of America.
That's awesome.
The list goes on and on.
Good for you. I love Jeff Goldblum. And now that he's getting older, he's really looking good. And Julie McMahon, I mean, that's like
in
big.
love with me. I kind of broke his heart.
I love it. Good
I
for
broke
you.
a lot of their hearts.
So you like guys who are a little bit older than you. Don't really date the young chickens.
Right.
Good for you.
Yeah, because I want somebody that knows how to treat me, that knows how to perform, that I don't have to teach. I don't want to teach anybody shit. And me, because I already know a lot.
Well, I
know
feel
a little more.
I feel the same way, but some of the young people today could really teach us. I mean, they're really advanced, these young kids. They do things that we never did, or we maybe wouldn't do.
I think
No, they're some of these young kids.
Some of them a few things.
You think George Clooney is handsome?
Yes. Yeah.
I used to think he was more handsome, I think, than I do now, but
I love George. I think he's very handsome. And what makes him more handsome is he's kind and sweet and gentle. He's not an abusive person. He's
and
very,
it's
very
not all about looks.
Right, you're
I
right.
like somebody that can make me laugh. I like somebody, because there's a lot. you can get looks, but looks do fade unless you have Botox like me. So, but looks can fade, and you have to have more than looks.
Absolutely,
And
and
a
you have
big
to be able to. Yes, right, and a big package. Yes.
Well, looks come from within. You know that, of course. We think that looks are
Right.
a beautiful nose and a beautiful lips and no, that helps. But there are some people that when you meet them, you think they're unattractive, and then an hour later they become the most attractive people in the world because from
Right.
what comes from within. Like who was the actor that we think is so ugly and yet he gets all the most beautiful women? And we interviewed him, and he said it's his personality they care for, not his face.
Pete Davidson.
I don't
Who?
remember who it was. Somebody was on
Oh,
our
like
show.
who did you say? Pete Davidson?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think he's like ugly
Because he
though,
gets
but
all the beautiful women, but
yeah,
he's
he gets
not
all
that
the.
attractive.
Yeah, he's not that, but he's funny, and I think. I mean, you
Right.
want, man, when you get older, and you're not like fucking
You
every
wanna
day,
laugh.
you want to laugh and have a good time.
Yeah, but I know
Right.
Astro just passed gas. Excuse us while we fan it away. My dog Astro, what did you eat? But I know some unattractive elderly women who get all these young men because they're exciting women and they're glamorous, and there's a certain sex appeal about being 50. And young men love
I
that.
think they just want to also feel young.
Yes.
No, the men I'm talking
And
about. but-
sometimes being with a younger man makes you feel younger.
So, who are some younger guys that you think are good looking? Not that you would want to date, but who are some of the younger stars in Hollywood that you're like, oh, he's hot?
I can think of one.
Good for you. Like I think Chris Hemsworth, the guy who plays Thor, I think he's really cute. I mean, he's not that young. I guess he's probably 50 or something, but I think he's very handsome.
But I don't like that big, bulky,
muscular thing. Okay.
Yeah, I just don't like somebody that spends all the time in a gym.
That's good.
Like, if you work out, you play a sport, but I don't like all big muscles.
Yeah,
I want their big muscle to their tongue.
Yeah.
Well, do you think Danny is pretty, Daniel?
Oh, DeCrisio, he's
Who?
talking about.
Daniel DeCrisio, you think he's pretty?
He's nice looking.
He's what?
He's nice looking.
Not for me, though.
No, I think he's very pretty. I nicknamed
He's too
him,
pretty.
No, I nicknamed him Mansfield because I call him Jane Mansfield. And
If a guy's hair is prettier than my hair, you don't want to compete with that. You don't want two good people. Like everybody would be looking at his hair instead of mine.
No, that's true. And he's
Daniel has beautiful hair.
Yes, he does.
And he's got a beautiful face. He's one of my favorite people. He's very funny and very campy in person. I mean, he and I have this kind of an inside joke thing, and I like Danny a lot. He's really nice. So you would never go out with a guy like Daniel.
No, because let me say, his hair is too good. His hair it's long, it's luscious.
It's
I can't
beautiful.
get that kind of hair.
No, he's got beautiful hair, but you have beautiful hair. Everything about you, because you're always so well put together. Every
Yep.
time we see you, and I watch your Instagram, even when you play tennis, you wear very fun things to play tennis. Everybody loves everything that you do. Your dog is adorable. When you brought your dog the other day to the rooftop of Madame Tussauds, you're always well put together. You speak well. You're beautiful. You've got brains. You're a businesswoman. I also heard I
Forget
read
about it.
someplace.
You're gay. She ain't dating you.
No,
so
I don't want
stop
her. I
it.
don't want her to date me. I also read someplace that you like a hat design, like you design hats and accessories.
Yes, I had out a very huge line before my mom got cancer from Miley Cyrus, Selena Gomez, Angelina Jolie, Rihanna. Were sold at Madison. They were sold at Planet Blue. But when my mom got sick, that I had to come. So every hat that's why I wear hats a lot, because they're all out of my line. And even though, I mean, I do still have a line, I have a lot of hats downstairs, and I probably have 5,000 hats.
I love it. I love it. I actually,
Like my entire house is like old fashioned. I have one room that has like 20 racks in it, and I have 3 stories that's just full of clothes, because I used to only wear it once, and then I would just retire the piece after a photographed. And
yeah, that's funny.
But it's a pain in the neck, because you have to have a big enough space, and I want to have a condo, and I have a townhouse, and I can't move because I got too much.
Because she's got too much shit. So here's what we're gonna do, because we have another guest getting ready to come on. You guys, this is Phoebe Price. Her Instagram is @actress Phoebe Price. I have an event going on on February 26th in Malibu that I'm working with, that I think is going to have some cool people. I'm going to send you an invite to come. It's a fun red carpet thing. And I'm going to put you on my list of when we invite people to go to cool events that I get invited to, so you can come, because we would love to hang out with you. We love you. You think you're fabulous.
And you never know who you meet.
I can't wait to hang out with y'all and sit down and talk.
Absolutely. So we want to thank you for coming on the show. We wish you all the best with your mom. Congratulations on everything. Go have fun on your photo shoot that you're getting ready to go to. And thanks for coming on the show and sharing your life with us and our listeners.
Thank you so much, Phoebe. You're a delight.
I've had such a good day. I thank you both, and I can't wait to see you soon.
All right.
Me too. Feeling is the same.
Love you. Bye.
Bye, Phoebes. She's so cute.
Isn't she cute?
She's adorable. She's
so much
and in
fun,
person, folks, she's a little thing. She's a little narrow woman. She's not a big woman at all. She's tiny and very pretty in person with milky skin. Her skin is like milk white, smooth, beautiful.
Dave Hughes says we don't need another guest. Just keep Phoebe on and let her show us her boobs.
Dave, truthfully, if you saw Phoebe in person, your eyes would pop out of your head. She's that white skin with the fire red hair and those green eyes and that body.
Angie's List is now Angie, your home for everything home. With Angie, you could cross your next project off your to-do list before this ad is over. Just tell us what you need, and we'll handle the rest, sending a top pro to get it done. Or browse reviews, compare quotes from pros, and connect instantly, all for free. For everything from routine maintenance to a dream remodel. Because however you want your project done, we'll get it done. Download the app or go to Angie.com. That's ANGI.com to get started.
My son's making college plans. Let's just say his college wish list is long. We recently toured IUPUI in Indianapolis and were impressed. It has everything he's looking for. He can live on campus and close to downtown opportunities. He can choose from 550 academic programs from Indiana's top universities, IU and Purdue. And we learned Ohio residents qualify for extra tuition savings. Learn more at iupui.edu/opportunity.
She's everything that a man would want in a woman for his fantasy.
So we're going to take a quick music break, you guys. We're going to play 98 Degrees. Where do you want to go? It's their new music video. Hopefully we don't get in trouble for playing it. And we've had several. We had Jeff Timmons on the show, and then we're going to come back with our next guest, Kim Swanson. So here it is, everybody. 98 Degrees. When do you want to go? Enjoy.
Bored at home, so I'm heading to the party with my boys. Heard you're looking for somebody. Days are hot, but the nights are getting hotter. Weekends here, I ain't scared to go too far. Yeah. We can leave and be hot. Coming keys will be fine. We got us in the night. Tell me what's on your mind. Where do you wanna go? Where do you wanna be? Got nothing but forever, so we can wait and see. No one to tell us no, no one but you and me. It doesn't get much better. Got nothing but forever. Where do you wanna go? Do you wanna go all alone? Do you wanna go all alone? A summer night, the top down on the car, yeah. Never thought we'd be falling like
Hey, everybody. That was 98 Degrees. Jeffrey Timmons was on our show. I'm working on a project with him that we're trying to get going, so it's all really cool. And now we're going to bring on our next guest. Let's see if we can see her and hear her before we introduce her.
Hello.
Hey, say something.
Say something.
There we go. Perfect. All right, everybody. Now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, casting director, actress. She probably does everything. We're going to find out in a little bit to find out and see all the different wonderful things she does. But this is Kim Swanson. Hello and welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, guys. It's so good to see you.
Yay. So you already know Ron, but I always introduce everybody. So this is my cool, outrageous man about town co-host, Ron Russell.
Oh, it's so nice to meet you. I've heard so much about you. I've never met you. I've never seen you. I don't know anything about you, but you're here. Hi,
This is
darling.
our dog, Astro.
Meanwhile, I'm working on that guy fixing you up with.
Great.
I told him about you and he was interested.
So hold on. We have a chat room.
I'm serious.
We have a chat room full of
I really
people.
mean it.
We have a chat room full of people. Say hi to everybody in the chat room.
Hello, everybody in the chat room.
Yay. So everybody, Ron and I met Kim because she was an actress in the movie The Beast Inside, but she was also the casting director for The Beast Inside, and she cast many of the roles in the film, and we had a blast talking to her, working with her, and now we've brought her on our show to learn a little bit more about what she does. So welcome. We're happy to have you.
I'm glad to be here. Thanks for inviting me, guys. We're going to have so much fun. I'm so excited to be here today. So thank you.
Well, wait a minute. Hold the fort. Sadie hired me for her movie. Did you agree with that? Or did you say
I
who's
did.
that?
I
Oh, you
did agree
did?
with her. I thought it was a great get to have you.
Good. We had a lot of fun. Froze our asses off, but we had a lot of fun.
I have to tell you, though, Anthony Preston, who played Sadie's her husband,
Yep.
so he was on our show, and he also did a pilot for another one of my projects in Atlanta. We just wrapped it.
Great.
We just wrapped it on Sunday.
Oh,
and
good.
he is such a great guy, and you did such a good job. We had this red carpet event Monday night, and Denise Milford came.
Oh,
And
good.
she was the therapist, and then we had Danelle, and Danelle came to it.
Good.
So like all the people you cast, I've been inviting them, trying to build their profiles.
good.
Yeah, I have
see
to.
on red
I have
carpet
to say
events
something. All of these people are in the Beast
inside.
Yes.
So so for those of you out there who don't know their names,
And I saw the first rough cut of the film, and I saw your role in it, and you were fabulous.
yeah, she's
Oh,
a
thank you.
no. You're a natural. You weren't even acting. You were there.
Please.
No, seriously, you're a
You guys are
natural.
great. Thank you for that.
No.
Anthony, I've known Anthony for 20 years. I was casting him in things back in St. Louis.
Oh, did you really? That's so funny because he looks young too. Like he couldn't even be around for that long.
Right? Isn't that the truth? He's a good looking guy without a doubt. Yeah.
So I want to know, how did you go? Because I know you were an actress. How did you go from actress to being? First of all, tell us some of the things you were in as an actress, and then the next question is going to be, how did you get into being a casting director? Because that's like that's a very cool job.
I love casting. I always say, I had a plan and God laughed, right? So I was actually I started off acting, and since I was little, wanted to go into acting. And I was very fortunate because I come from this real small town in central Illinois called Danville. And it just so happens that even though this is a tiny little town, it is also the home of Dick and Jerry Van Dyke and Gene Hackman and Donald O'Connor and Bobby Short and Jerry Trent. And the list goes on and on and on and on of these greats, right? So growing up in this small town, I didn't think it was that unusual to go on to work in Hollywood, And the great thing is that Dick and Jerry Van Dyke's dad, who everybody knew as Cookie because he was a cookie delivery guy.
Cool.
And so Cookie and my grandpa Parker were best friends. They were hunting, fishing buddies and all that kind of thing, right? And so I knew of them because my grandpa and their father were best of friends. So that being said, it didn't seem odd to me that someone was famous or an actor. It was part of our world, oddly enough, in this little town. So, and in fact, when I was little, I would go to the YMCA and I would do my little gymnastics class because I wanted to be able to tumble on the rooftops like Dick Van Dyke and Mary Poppins. That's why I wanted to take gymnastics. So my mom managed to get on the board of directors of our local Y to help them out. And one of the other members was Jerry Van Dyke. So I would come out of my little gymnastics class and my mom would walk out of her board meeting with Jerry and he'd say hi, and I'd go home and we'd watch him on the Dick Van Dyke Show. So I had no concept of how far away Hollywood was or how it worked. I just thought he went to work that day and now he's home.
How cool
But
is that?
it was great. So that being said, entertainment industry was something I always wanted to do. And so I started performing. I did more theater because I am also a dancer. So I did shows like a George M and a chorus line, things like that. And I choreographed some shows. So that was fun. And then I ended up in St. Louis. And I jokingly say I got stuck there via divorce. My ex-husband is from there, right? So unfortunately, there wasn't enough work for me to work full time as an actor in St. Louis. And I legally could not leave more than 2 weeks a month and take my children with me.
Because you have children. Yes. Got
I
it.
was just going to say that, but out of that marriage came some great children.
Oh, I got the best kids. I hit the lottery when it comes to kids. I'm so lucky. They're so great.
I did also. I have 2 daughters that are stupendous.
Isn't that the best?
Are the
I
best.
mean, they're my best friends. I love them so much. They're just my biggest cheering section. It's so great. But yeah, so that's, so I got stuck in St. Louis and I thought, okay, how am I going to earn a living? I can't be an actor here. I have to find a way to make some money. So I actually started a dance school in our church basement of all things. Just to get something started because I didn't have money to pay rent on a storefront or anything. And I had no idea if it was even going to fly. And we started off with 8 kids the first year. The next year we had 17 show up. The next year we had like 50 show up. And I thought I really could do something with this. So opened a storefront and we boomed to over like 200 almost overnight. So the studio did really well. And we were cranking out some great dancers. I had several dancers get full ride scholarships in dance and to NYU and really amazing
Good schools. Like good schools.
Schools that are hard to get into, let alone get scholarships for, So I was very, very lucky with that. And then I had a gal come to me at one point and she had taught dance before. She missed teaching dance. I needed a substitute teacher for a bit off and on. But she was a producer by day. And she said, I would love to teach part-time. I miss it. And I said, love to have you. So she strolled into my studio one day in a panic and said, I need some help. I can't seem to find the actors I want. The casting person in town isn't finding anything like I want. She's just sending me her own acting students and they're terrible. Like you seem to know
terrible. And they're terrible.
And they're terrible. And she's like, you seem to know all the actors in town. Do you know anybody? I go, who'd be good for that? Renee just got back from LA. She's beautiful. She's wonderful. I think she's everything you're looking for. Like, who's this Renee? Send her. So I did. She got the job. About a week later, she's coming. You did such a great job finding Renee for us. I've got another job. I can't find what I need. I go, who'd be great for that? Is little Robert and John and Elisa. And I'm like, oh, send them. Oh my gosh, they were perfect. Again, a week later, she comes in a panic. Who'd be great for that? So I did this like 3 times in a row. And she said, you really should go into casting. And I'm like, I don't know anything about casting. She said, yeah, you do. So I said, well, you know what? I'll help you out whenever you need help, but I'm not a casting director. Well, those first 3 projects all won local Emmy Awards for national PSAs and things. And they always play the winning spots at the award shows, right? So all the other producers and directors and ad agencies are in town, they're all at this dinner, whatever, for Emmys. And so they see these winning spots play. They see her walking home with 3 trophies in her arm. And they said, where'd you shoot that? Did you shoot that in Chicago and in LA? Where'd you shoot it? And she said, no, right here. Oh, did you fly all your people in town for that? She's like, no. They were all local talent. And they're like, why have we never seen these people at our auditions? Oh, sorry, my phone's going crazy. I should have silenced that. I'm sorry. It'll stop ringing after 3 rings.
That's fine.
It's probably
mine rang too earlier. So then they basically
probably Dave Hughes calling you from England.
Yeah.
That's it.
Have you heard about our Dave Hughes pervert?
No.
Anytime a beautiful woman is on our show, he goes nuts. He's a married man about 70, and he loves all of our beautiful ladies.
It's the type who always goes for me.
Yeah, 70-year-old married man.
Married.
No. I spoke to my handsome friend. He's really handsome, nice body, and he's a nice actor, good actor. And I showed him your picture, and I said, I would like you to meet this lady. And he said, okay, Ron. He said, she's beautiful. I said, not only that, she's intelligent and she's sweet.
Aww.
So I'm going to fix.
Cool.
No, I'm fixing you up with. Should I use his name? No. But anyway,
you're the best wingman ever.
You know who?
Yes, gay guys are always good wingmen,
aren't they?
No, you know who I'm talking about.
I do know who you're talking about,
and he is gorgeous. I mean, he's really he's a little weird. because
Then
I
why are
think-
you fixing me up with him?
No. Everybody's weird, honey. Nobody's normal today. No, I mean he's a little weird as far as he's very southern. He's from
Oh,
Georgia.
okay.
He's from Georgia, so he has the
Nice.
old southern respect for women kind of thing. You know what I mean?
That's nice.
I
That's
know.
not
They treat
weird.
women like
Lovely.
women.
But today's standards, it's weird. Like he would open your car door, which probably most girls would say, "What the fuck are you doing?" You know.
Which I actually fully expect.
Anyway,
Good. You should.
Ted is a
You know,
wonderful.
I am really old fashioned like that. But to me, like my son had his girlfriend with us on a trip. We were driving back to the Midwest to go visit family, and she came along for the ride. And like he goes to open doors for her, and she got mad. I can open door myself. And I sat her. I said, no. You will stand there and wait for him to open the door. It's not about you being weak. It's you are so empowered and deserving of respect.
Well, wait a minute.
That's what that is.
I clocked Ted about 60, 62. Is that okay?
Yeah.
He's actually younger than that.
Oh, he's younger than that?
Yeah, he's
Ted?
younger than me.
No, Ted's younger than you. He had a hard life.
He's probably like 53 or 54 or 55. Or
Oh, he
56
looks
or something.
older.
That's just because he's all gray like me. But he's a very nice guy.
Oh, he's really a sweet.
So wait a second. So because now you're here, right? You live in LA.
I live in LA, yeah.
And you're casting in LA. So how do people like? Is it word of mouth or like how do people know to go to you to cast something? Because we've never had a casting director on the show before. You're our first one.
Oh, okay. Well, you know, it is really just word of mouth. It's like your reputation has to speak for itself. So I was fortunate enough. I built up a heck of a good resume in St. Louis. And the first film I ever cast there was for the Beijing Television Arts Center, came to St. Louis to shoot. And I cast that and it won Best Picture, Best Actor, Best Actress, Best Supporting Actor, Best Supporting Actress in Beijing that year, like their version of the Oscars. So, that
was
kind of-
nice.
Yeah,
That's a nice credential.
But do you ever look at people's work reel to see if they're good for what you want?
Oh, of course. You know, when actors submit, we look at their resume, we look at their reels. The main thing you want to do is try and find footage on them because look, show me, don't tell me you can act, right? You have to show me you can do it. So for
Absolutely.
sure. Yeah.
I love that. I did a little cheat sheet thing here where so here's a few of the things you guys might have seen that she's like cast stuff for. Time Pulse, Judge Dad, Hell's Kitchen, Intervention. This is a lot of reality shows, you guys. Evil Things, My Crazy Sex. I actually know somebody from that. I don't know who, but we had somebody on our show recently who was in that, I think. Spring Baking Championship, Parents Just Don't Understand, St. George, Eliminate, The Prophet. So like you did a lot of episodes of The Prophet, right?
Yes.
I'm going to tell you a little story. So I follow that guy on Twitter and he follows me.
Marcus Lemonis.
Marcus
great.
Lemonis, yes.
Mhm.
And I think I offended him because I didn't know who he was. He sent me a thing and he said, "Oh my God, I would love to come on your show. You know, have you ever seen The Prophet?" And I said, "No, I'm sorry, I haven't ever seen it and I don't know what it is." And he never fucking responded back after that.
No, that's not an insult. No, absolutely.
I didn't know
not.
who he was because I don't watch those kind of shows.
No.
Well, I'll get you a phone number and you can reach out to him again. He's really a lovely guy.
Yeah, I don't think he was offended. He'd be too stupid to be offended by that.
No, he's not easily offended like that. No.
No, and that everybody does.
It's a big show from what I understand.
Wait a second. Have you seen all my films? Excuse me. Have you seen me in every film?
All of them?
Yeah. No. So I'm not offended. I'm just furious. No, I'm only kidding. No, but going back to casting, I've never been casted by a casting director yet. Even when I did my movie in 1959 with Sophia Loren, it was always an in I had. My brother-in-law was good friends with Sidney Lumet, who was our director. And I was in love with Sophia Loren as a kid. I was only 19. And I said to my brother-in-law, "Evan, could you talk to your friend and see if I could be an extra in the movie?" And we were shooting on Long Beach, Long Island. And he did, and I was, and that's how it all began. And now people see my work and they say, "Oh, we need an old bag." Well, a lot of times they get $7,000 if they hire an old bag.
That's not true.
Yes, it is true.
Not. I'm telling you, it's not true. They get a discount from SAG if they put old people in it. You have to have a certain amount of old people, like minorities. I have all the different things, but it's not a dollar figure.
When they need the old bag,
they call Ron.
They say, "Get Ron Russell. He still looks good. He can talk. He can walk. He can speak, and he can see." So they hire me. When I was young, I couldn't get arrested because I was too ethnic looking. I had black hair. I looked like a killer. I looked like an Italian swarthy guy. And now, in my old age, with my white hair and my black eyebrows, it goes. Do you look at those things when you cast a person? Is it visual, or is it only their acting? Or did you ever say, this woman is so gorgeous, she could do the part?
You know, you have to have both. You have to have the right look for what we need for that character, but you also got to have the chops to back it up. You know, and on the movie Time Pulse is a great example. There was a role the role was called Amy Moore, and we auditioned so many women for this, and they all look so similar. And there was one woman who just leapt off the screen for me, and she brought something completely different to the role. You know, when we wrote it, you know, I think the writer had probably envisioned a cute young girl who's out of college with a darling little figure, the whole thing. This gal we have was a fuller figured gal with short curly hair, but she's gorgeous. Like, she has such a wonderful, unique quality to her, right? And she read for it, and I'm like, you know what? She makes the lines funnier, in part because she isn't that standard looking person that everyone's expecting for this role. And she knocked it out of the park, to the point that the writers wrote a bigger role for her because she was so good.
Oh yeah, see, that's good.
Yeah,
that happens to him a lot too.
Yeah, well, I did this movie for Sadie. It's a cameo. I'm only on for like 1 minute, not even. And Sadie said, you know, I don't want to upset you or insult you, but would you do it? I said, Sadie, I love you to death. I do it. You know, I knew crazy about Sadie. She's my other daughter.
Who is
and,
it?
Yeah. So I took the cameo part, and I play a doctor. And I said to Sadie, you know, I'm a method actor and I work a little differently, which she knows because we've worked together 2 times or 3 times. And I suddenly did things. I put my finger in my mouth when the doctor was thinking, and then I did thumbs up when we got a good report. And Sadie yelled, "Oh my God, that's what my doctor does." She said, "You're just like my doctor." I said, "Honey, I'm a doctor. I'm acting, you know." So I advise to all these young kids today, don't just shoot lines at each other with your arms at your side. Hands tell the best story of anything. Do you agree with me? Now, when you watch a person to cast them, do you want them animated, or do you want them like cutouts, paper dolls?
You know, there comes a point where you can do too much and becomes too theater based, where, you know, look, a friend of mine who teaches acting, Brian Cutler, who's a wonderful acting coach, he teaches about beauty and stillness, because the fact is that, you know, he says, you know, acting for theater is like acting with a chainsaw.
Very
right?
bigger than life.
Right. And acting for the camera is like surgery with a razor.
Small.
Right. So you still want to be, you know, in the moment, and it needs to be realistic. At the same time, you know, when you get too big and too busy, it becomes distracting from the work.
Yeah, but wait a second. Hold it. Stop right there. I just saw you doing something fabulous.
Well, yeah, because
you did this with your arms.
I know. Actually, you know, Ron, who you would love is my good friend, Faith Hibbs Clark. She's a wonderful casting director, but she also has this class called the Communication Method for Actors, because before she got into casting, she was a deception detection expert.
Oh, that's cool.
Isn't that cool? so what she did was, like, she would watch people on the stands in court, right? And then she would tell them, okay, this person's lying, this person's telling the truth, this person's overly prepped, it's not real, blah, blah. Like, she can detect that stuff. But she said, you know, I got tired of doing that. I feel like I was teaching people to cheat the system.
Absolutely.
Right? That's like that movie, though, Runaway Jury. Like,
right. Do you know that film?
I don't know that one.
Gene Hackman movie.
Watch it.
It's a Gene Hackman movie?
Yeah, it's Gene Hackman and John Cusack. It's a
I
great movie.
I haven't seen it.
You will enjoy this.
It's a great
movie.
Okay.
You will enjoy it.
I'm gonna watch that. Okay. So yeah, so Faith, you know, basically took what she learned, and she said, if I could teach actors to do this, their performances will be far more real and believable, with all those things we see subconsciously, all the things we normally do, like being able to utilize them in the right way when you're acting makes it a much more believable character. So it's just fascinating. You would love her. I'm going to connect you with her. She's great.
Well, I'm a firm believer. Sadie, I worked with Sadie where I was a minister marrying her, and the guy jolts her at the altar, and Sadie turns to me and looks at me, and I almost freaked out because her body began shaking and she began trembling, and the tears came down, and she did it within, not. She didn't blow it out at the camera. She kept it inside. She contained that hurt, and I just forgot my line, and they had to do another shot because I was so enthralled with what she was doing. I'm saying, I mean, I thought I wanted to hug her and say, honey, it's okay. She was so believable. And I know the scene was an act, but we shot it over again. And she was just as brilliant the second time. Sadie does grabbing and handing, and she's wonderful with her hands. I study that with other actors, but I know some actors that are they speak with their hands at their side, and that's not realism. We all do some kind of a gesture.
You have to be comfortable, and you have to be human. Yeah, I think when you're doing what I call the river dance thing, your hands to your side, that doesn't work, But you just can't be too big and theatrical. Like
no. That's Betty. Yeah. That was Betty Davis. Yeah. But no, when I like the compliments, I like when I get. I'm talking about myself. I usually hate people that do that, but I'm going to blow my own horn for a minute. People say to me, Ron, you're so real. You really are real when you act. And I do, because we were taught years ago to become the character. If you are not the character, don't go on film. Don't be yourself because you're playing an Italian peasant in 1890. You can't be a guy from New York today. Don't you agree with that?
Oh, I do. And see, you said something that was really key. You said we were taught, which means you were studying and learning. I think the biggest problem a lot of actors have is they're in high school and they are, they're the star in every play at their high school or whatever. And then they go to junior college and they star in all that stuff. But then they finish school and they think they know everything they need to know about acting and to be an actor. Right. So they quit studying and they don't keep training. Where Sadie trains. Even before she did The Beast Inside Me, she set aside time, money and trained.
Kim, can I say a moment with Sadie and I? It was her birthday party and I was seated next to her, and Sadie turned to me with water in her eyes and she hugs me and she kisses me and she said, Ron, would you promise me something? And I said, what, Sadie? She said, promise me you'll live to be 160. And I just thought, I'm going to cry now. I mean, that is the softest, most sentimental, beautiful friend. And I'm still emotional about it. I adore Sadie. I mean, there's nothing I wouldn't do for Sadie. In fact, they may be getting married soon. And
I know.
And they're going to ask me to light a candle, which is a great honor in the Jewish faith. And also, Miles said, you could walk her down the aisle. And Sadie said, no, I have to have my uncle. But they were thinking of me walking Sadie down the aisle. So, I mean, when you have the emotions that Sadie Katz has, it's so easy to be an actress because she's so full of laughter and pain, and she's brilliant.
Hang on. So I have a question for you, though, then. Do you like to go to events? Like, I know you came to the...
Of course she's going to come to our events. What are you kidding?
No.
She's got to meet my guy.
Because, like, we were just with Sadie and Miles the last 2 nights at 2. I'm a publicist, too. And so we had these great events for the last 2 nights. But do you want me to put you on my, invite list to go to stuff? Because we would love to see you.
Because
I couldn't go to the rap party because I was sick.
Yes.
Listen, when you come to our event, and if he's going to be there, wear a push-up bra, not a lipstick, curl your hair, put perfume, and you'll meet him at one of our events.
So also, you guys, if you want to know, Kim's website is castingbykim.com. How come you don't do like Instagram or Twitter or anything?
Because as it is now, actors find every way under the sun to already track me down. And it just gets
too much.
Yeah, that was my next question. Mm-hmm. How do you react to the ass kissing?
I'm not a big fan of it. Look, just come in, do the work.
No, I mean people friending you. I mean, listen, we're going to talk turkey here.
Look,
simply because you're a casting director, and I'm going to be nice to Kim because she might put me in a movie and they're full of shit.
It happens all the time.
All the time.
Okay. If I go to a party where it's not industry, where I'm not going as a casting director, people ask me what I do, and I go, I work in the film industry. What do you do? Oh, whatever pays. I'll PA, makeup, whatever thing you need to do. I never say that I'm in casting, because the second you do, it's like, oh, you should meet my brother's little girl. Her
Yes.
best friend and her
Yes. And you know what, Kim? The same thing happens to Jimmy and I, and we're
I'm
not
sure.
we're
I'm
not
sure.
casting. I meet people and they say, "Oh, can I be in your movie?" Who the fuck are you? I mean, we're gonna.
Right.
I mean,
The fuck
what
are
do
you?
you think I'm doing? Selling
Right.
tacos on the corner? This is a movie.
Right.
You know, I mean,
Well,
they
you
really
know, and
think
I
that.
always tell actors, look, the biggest mistake you can do is constantly sell yourself to a casting director.
No, push. I don't like push.
Don't sell yourself. Just be yourself,
Right.
and we're going to find a place for you. You know,
Right.
the actors who are constantly sending over and over and over again, come see me. This is what I just did. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Big mistake. The smartest thing, and of course, Jemmy, not to step on your toes because you're the PR master here, not me, but I always tell people, why not write a thank you note or a note of congratulations to the person you want to notice you? Instead of saying, notice me, send a note saying, congratulations on your Emmy nomination. That's so exciting.
No. I
Actually,
agree.
I like that. I like that.
agree with
I
you.
like that.
But here's what I would advise, and I'm going to do it to you.
Mhm.
Hi, Kim. My name is Ron Russell, and I think if you could only possibly at your own time see some of my work, maybe you could use me in a film. And walk away or smile or change the subject and say, "Oh, I love your hair color," But don't come. I mean, at parties I go, and I know when the sharks are coming. Oh, I know, you could tell. And right away, "Oh, you're casting your movie? I want to be in it. I want to be in it." They tell you, they don't ask. I want to be, like, they demand. These young jerks have no finesse. Years ago, old Hollywood, my Hollywood, it was totally not done. Totally not done. You ever went up to a casting director and said, "I want to be in your movie"? You never will be in any movie.
Right.
Ron misses old Hollywood.
Oh, I do.
We go to
why, Kim? We had manners. We never photographed a star that wasn't made up in hairdo. We never did what they do today.
No.
And in meeting a star, you didn't impose. In other words, oh Christ, I used to go to L'Orangerie and all the great restaurants years ago in Beverly Hills, and they'd be all celebrities all over the place, and some I knew and some I didn't. But I never went over to the ones I didn't know while they were eating. I waited for them to finish eating, and then they were ready for the check, and then I would go over, not to interrupt the meal. But I've been asked when I'm out, "Are you Ron Russell?" I say, "No, I just look like him, and I'm eating. I have food in my mouth." And then I had one time a husband and wife. The guy sat down in a chair. Jane Russell and I were having dinner in Palm Springs, and this couple came in, and the woman said, "Are you Jane Russell?" She said, "Yes, I am." "Oh, can I have an autograph?" Jane said, "No, but I'll take a picture with you," because she didn't like signing anything.
So go.
Wait, they took a picture. The husband sat down and began, like my best friend, talking to Jane and I, and Jane just looked at him like, "Who the fuck are you?" So the people today do not have any kind of manners or respect for us.
Right. Well, and when they do, it's so welcome and refreshing. That
you remember them.
You remember them, and you're happy to, like, of course, like I mentioned, Dick Van Dyke earlier being from my hometown, and I'd come. This is when I was living in St. Louis. I'd come out to LA. I was visiting a friend who had just recently moved here, and we met for pizza in Beverly Hills at this little outdoor seating area, right? So we're sitting there, and she said, I like Hollywood. I love LA. It's really cool. I haven't met anyone famous yet, though. Well, here comes Dick Van Dyke walking towards us, right? And I said, "Well, do you want to meet someone famous now?" Because here it comes. And of course, she was a dancer also. She like, Dick Van Dyke. I'm like, I can't imagine meeting anyone more amazing than Dick Van Dyke, right? So Dick is walking towards us. And I said, "Mr. Van Dyke, I know you don't remember me, know me. But, I'm also from Danville, Illinois. My grandpa Parker and your dad Cookie." He goes, "Oh my God, you're a Hanson?" And I'm like, "Oh my gosh." And he sat down and we swapped stories I heard about his dad and my grandpa, and he swapped some with me. And he sat there with us for a good, 45 minutes having pizza with us and just chit-chatting. It was lovely. But it was that situation of, I know you don't know me. I just wanted to mention,
No, it was you were giving him an option.
Right.
You were not nailing him.
Right.
I don't like to be nailed.
Right.
I mean, I don't mind people coming up. Not like, hey, folks, I don't have gangs of people coming up. This happens every now and then, but I don't mind them doing it if they're nice. I was leaving a restaurant with a friend of mine, and somebody said, "Oh, that's Tony Curtis." And really, I'm not lying. And they came.
Everybody always thinks he's.
They
Tony
came
Curtis.
over and they said, "Oh, Mr. Curtis, can I have your autograph?" I said, "I'm sorry, but I'm not Tony Curtis." And they went like, ugh, and turned around and walked away. I mean, like, oh, real? Like, in other words, they were annoyed that I was not Tony Curtis. So my friend Steven started to laugh. He said, well, you wanted show business.
So I have a question, and then I'm going to tell you his other pet peeve of modern entertainment industry, because
He
you'll
only has
get
one.
a kick.
One
And,
other.
he's got one big one. But I want to know. I always ask actors what movie would they have liked to been in. So as a casting director, what movie do you think would have been like the funnest movie to cast? That you think, oh my god, I would love to cast this movie.
Oh wow, there's so many good ones.
Oh, wait, I want to interrupt you. I saw your footage. You know, we went back to the place where we shot, and you were great. You really look like a shrinkette.
I have it all.
No, you
yeah.
look like a real shrinky lady. I mean, you casted yourself very well. No,
I
really,
didn't cast myself. Sadie asked me if I would do that role.
well, you played the shrink
You
really,
did it very well.
really. I mean, you were believable. Sadie is believable. You're a believable. See, I tell people Sadie doesn't act; she is.
Right.
And you didn't act; you are. And I didn't act, and I am. So I think that The Beast is going to be a really good film
Oh,
with
for
some
sure.
good acting in it.
Mhm.
So wait, tell me, what movie would you think you would like
Oh
to like?
gosh, I have so many favorites.
Pick a couple. You don't have to give me one. Give me a couple. What are some movies you just think would have been fun to cast?
I'll tell you what. One of my favorite films ever is Terms of Endearment.
Oh, it's a great movie.
You know, Shirley MacLaine is just so darn good.
Ron knew her.
I know. I still know her. She's alive.
She's alive.
Shirley MacLaine is a acid trip. When you sit and talk with her, you go, I don't know where. I love her. We
I
were
do
in
too.
we were at the Malibu house, and we sat on sheepskin furniture. And Shirley came out just talking about she had just come back from some place where she did a mile walk with weird people and spaceships, and it was fascinating. She's a fascinating lady and so funny.
Yes.
So here's
I've
my
read
best.
multiple books as well. She's a wonderful writer. I love that she doesn't make excuses. She's like, "This is who I am. Take it or leave it."
Oh no,
That's
this
right.
broad.
That's what he does
I
too.
love that.
She puts it right out there, baby. She
Mhm.
don't like what you're saying, or if you're rude in her house, she'll say, "Get the fuck out of here."
We've-
Oh
I
no,
love that.
Shirley MacLaine is one not to be played with.
So we have
I
like
love her.
5 minutes left. Here's my next
Okay.
so here's Ron's pet peeve. So we go to a lot of red carpets. You know, I think we've probably gone to like 150 of them since we've lived here. And Ron's pet peeve is, like, we just went to a fabulous one at 4 of the Stars Fashion House on Melrose, and there was about 15 like really A-list big stars that are in big shows and big musicians. Akon was there. You know, he sold like, I don't know, 100 million records. I mean, big people. But Ron's pet peeve is people walking the red carpet. You go and then you see the guy and they hold up the slate and it says, you know, I'm the fucking camera handler, second person, you know, walking the red carpet, or I'm the baker who made the cookies on set, you know, and they're like walking. He's like, why do they do red carpets with all the people, but it should just be the people in the movie and celebrities attending it, but not like everybody
Well,
and their mother.
Let me explain it better. Last night or the night before, Trixie, what's Trixie's
Interviewer,
last name?
I don't know.
I forgot Trixie's last name. She had to do about 100 interviews, 50 for sure. I love Trixie and I know her. I brought her Sean Kane, and I brought her all the stars that were important to be interviewed by her. And I have to do this delicately so I don't get in trouble.
Other people, just say other people that shouldn't be there.
Someone who was famous was being interviewed, and then right after that, the manager went on to be interviewed, and I said, he can't be interviewed. And all he did was talk about his client. So Trixie kept saying to him, "Thank you so much," and the guy wouldn't get off. He kept gabbing and gabbing.
But it's in general, just
Wait a
with all the
minute. So
pictures.
finally-
I'm not talking just about the
But
interviews.
wait a
I'm
minute.
talking walking in
Finally,
general.
he got off, and Trixie turned to me. She said, "We're never going to use that." So don't abuse the interviewer by putting up little people who are not important and nobody gives a shit.
Right.
You know, they're there to see red carpet celebrity stars, or if you're in the movie. Do not abuse the interview.
But I'm not talking just about interviews, because a lot of times they don't have interviews. A lot of times they
no,
just
but
have.
that's my pet peeve.
But a
Don't
lot of times they only have photographers, and you're like, what does Getty want a picture of the guy who like ties
You
his
know
shoe?
what?
And
I don't care about that, because a click of a camera is a split second. But when you're taking up 5-8 minutes of an interviewer's time, voice, you know, their voices go. I'm an interviewer, Jimmy. You are also. We don't want to interview insignificant people who have nothing to do with why we're there. And yet they think they're qualified because they're somebody, and they have these egos that you could vomit from.
Mhm.
That's my pet peeve. please respect the interviewer. If you're not in the film and if you're not famous enough to be interviewed, don't.
Right.
Wait till you are.
Right. I'm with you on that. I feel like, the thing, like, even with the Oscars and the Emmys, there's a category for just about everything. One of the biggest frustrations for casting directors, there's never been an Oscar for casting yet. Right.
Oh, there should be.
There's not. And that's been a big bone of contention because they said, well, you can't be a casting director. There's only one director. Well, there's a director of photography. There's a director. Like there are like 10 people.
Yes, that have a director name.
Kim.
We have 2 minutes.
So why don't you call Fran Drescher, who's now the head, and
she's not the head of the
she'll suggest it. She said
they had like 5 or 6 people, big wigs, that all wrote letters to the head of the Motion Picture Academy saying we need to give these awards, and they said no. So they're working towards it now. But my point being,
you're better off going through the union. The union is the mafia of Hollywood, and they
are. You're right.
And they get things done. The union will tell the Academy do it, and they do it.
Right. But my point on that is, though, I grew up with very basic Midwest sensibilities, right? My dad was awarded some big time award for what he does. He's a bricklayer, and he did something very artistic and difficult to do, and he won this award for this building. And he's like, I don't need to go get an award for building that. I got my award. I got my paycheck. Like, has no interest in getting an award whatsoever. And, because that's my job. My job was to show up and do my best and do what they wanted, and that's what I did. I don't need a trophy to prove it.
It would be cool, though. It would be cool.
A lot of people.
Hang on, because we're gonna run out of time.
My great grandfather was a bricklayer.
We're out of time.
Bricklayer.
We're out of time. So you guys,
Kim, you guys come back.
Go to Casting by Kim. You guys, we're gonna have her back because when The Beast Inside comes out, everybody who's involved, and she's not only the casting director, she's one of the stars, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. And we want to thank everybody for tuning in today. Roxy, thank you. Kim, thank you. Phoebe Price, thank you. And we will see everybody next week. Have a great weekend.
Think you're on our list for the Malibu event.
I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you.
I see you at the Malibu event. It's in in 10 days.
Okay, cool. That sounds fun.
Sweetie.
Thanks, Kim.
Thank you, guys.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, everybody, for watching.
Bye, everybody. Thanks.
Bye, sweetheart.
Can turn out to be so wrong. Yeah, we in the mix. Yeah, we in the mix. It's another episode. Here we go. The Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. Interviewing the hottest, newest, and truest of today's celebrities. Make sure to subscribe so you can get notified weekly. Jimmy Star, he's the king of cool. Ron Russell, he's a gorgeous dude. Chat room is live, and you would be a fool not to vibe with us at the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. So come watch it live on W4CY Radio. Miss some past episodes? Download on iTunes. The Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. It's the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell.
Angie's List is now Angie, your home for everything home. With Angie, you could cross your next project off your to-do list before this ad is over. Just tell us what you need, and we'll handle the rest, sending a top pro to get it done. Or browse reviews, compare quotes from pros, and connect instantly, all for free. For everything from routine maintenance to a dream remodel. Because however you want your project done, we'll get it done. Download the app or go to Angie.com. That's ANGI.com to get started.
My son's making college plans. Let's just say his college wish list is long. We recently toured IUPUI in Indianapolis and were impressed. It has everything he's looking for. He can live on campus and close to downtown opportunities. He can choose from 550 academic programs from Indiana's top universities, IU and Purdue. And we learned Ohio residents qualify for extra tuition savings. Learn more at iupui.edu/opportunity.